Ladies and gentlemen, you remember that whole migrant crisis that America's been going through for the last decade now. It got quite a bit better under Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he was closing down the border. He was stopping these people, these massive caravans from coming in. He put specific laws in place to keep them from coming across the border, and then he started deporting a lot of people so that Americans could have their country back. And it's so much worse now. It's so much worse now. The amount of people that have come into this country since the Biden and Harris administration has started it's laughable. And I'm gonna give you just a short example of that here in just a second. But the newest town or city or state that has become a part of the immigration debate or immigration conversation is the town of Springfield, Ohio. Springfield, Ohio has seen an influx of 15 to 20,000 Haitian migrants. Yes, you heard that correct. Springfield, Ohio has seen an influx of 15 to 20,000 Haitian migrants. Now, I don't know about you. I just gotta say what I feel is right and what I feel like is honest in this moment. It seems a little fishy. You know what I mean? Like Ohio and Haiti are not close to one another. So it seems a little fishy, seems a little odd that 15 to 20,000 Haitian migrants just up and showed up at their front door. Gotta be honest, just a little odd, just a smidgen. But let's get into the actual news of this. From the Post-Millennial, who is protecting us? Springfield, Ohio resident tells mayor migrants throw mattresses in her front yard and scream at her. And before you guys say, oh, well, that's all they're doing, it gets worse. It gets much worse. You just wait. I'll get right into that. But let's read. A Springfield, Ohio resident expressed her frustration at a city commission meeting, revealing that Haitian immigrants squatting on her lawn and screaming at her have made her and her elderly husband feel unsafe and harassed on a daily basis. The woman explained how her neighborhood has become increasingly unsafe due to rising homeless in population, including non-English speaking men who have been throwing mattresses and trash on her property and have been screaming at her. But let's not take it from the Post-Millennial. Let's listen to exactly what she has to say.
Noelle? Thank you.
I live at 426 Northwestern Avenue. Miss Skinner, who I'm not trying to put on the spot, is my neighbor.
Just talk to me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. Straight from her mouth. And the reality is this. Ultimately, they don't care about you. They don't. You think the city government cares about? They're the ones that took these people in. These Haitian migrants should be gone. They should be put on a plane and shipped right outside of this country. But these city governments don't care. These state governments don't care. If you're waiting around for a government to care about you, you're going to be waiting for a long time. But I want to say this. Soon, because this woman in this video is talking about, oh, we need to get up, we need to pack up and move. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if Kamala Harris wins this election, there will be nowhere for you to move to where you can escape this. There will be nowhere where you'll be able to escape this migrant tomfoolery. No, I'm done using the word migrant. This illegal alien idiocy where the Biden and Harris administration have let in millions of people. The numbers fluctuate. The numbers fluctuate anywhere from between 9 million all the way up to 20 million. Either way, regardless, it should be zero that they have let in. It should be zero. But instead, it's 9 to 20 million that they have let in. If Kamala Harris wins this election, there won't be anywhere for you to go. They will come into your towns. They will destroy your towns. They will squat on your property like they own it. There's nothing the cops will be able to do to help you. And you'll be up the creek without a paddle. And you'll say, oh, we need to leave our house of 45 years and go live somewhere else. And then you'll go live somewhere else, and it's happening there as well. That's what you'll get. This is exactly what you'll get. And to all the lefties, oh, she said she wants to build a border wall. Right, as if she hasn't been in office for the last 3.5 years. As if Republicans didn't try to fund the border wall, and Democrats like Kamala, who votes on these things in the Senate, by the way, said, no, we're not going to do that. If she hasn't done it, if she hasn't supported it in the last 3.5 years, oh, but suddenly now, of all time, she wants to build a border wall. She's just trying to get your vote, dude. It's so funny to me, man. All these Democrats, they're like, oh, I know that she hasn't supported a border wall in the last 3.5 years. I know she hasn't supported stopping the flow of immigration in the last 3.5 years. I know that she's been allowing all these people to come in for the last 3.5 years. Oh, but the other day she recently said she wants to build a border wall, so I guess she's turned it around. No. This woman has a proven track record of just allowing this to happen. Regardless of what you want to say, she was the border czar. And mind you, that's not something that right-wing Republicans made up. That's what the media called her when Joe Biden announced that she was going to be in charge of the border. That's the name that the media gave her, not right-wing Republicans, the media. But let's continue, man. Let's continue reading what this woman has to say. We just heard all that. Let's go down here. Springfield, a city of 58,000 residents, has experienced a significant influx of 15 to 20,000 Haitian immigrants in recent years. The city became part of the country's immigration debate last year when a Haitian national without a valid U.S. driver's license drove into oncoming traffic and collided with a school bus, killing an 11-year-old boy and injuring 23 other children. Wouldn't have happened. Would not have happened. That boy would still be here today if Kamala Harris had done her job and kept these people out of our country. Kept these illegal aliens. So I genuinely want to know, how do you guys think 15 to 20,000 Haitian illegal immigrants just showed up in Springfield, Ohio? Go ahead. Tell me down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I really do. I just can't figure, like other than the government drove them there, like, because it's specifically Haitians. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, like 2% of this group is Haitians, and then another 3% is Venezuelans, and then another 4% is Hondurans. Like, no. It's 15 to 20,000 all Haitians. All of them are Haitians. Explain it. I genuinely want to know. I like how, other than the government flew them there, or the government brought them across the border and then specifically drove them to Springfield, Ohio, how'd they show up there? I can't think of any other way, personally. I genuinely can't. But tell me down in the comments. Let's continue. In July, Mayor Rob Rue spoke on Fox and Friends, first stating, "This border crisis, the policy of this administration, is failing cities like ours and taxing us beyond our limit." He noted that the city's resources and infrastructure are overwhelmed due to the number of illegal immigrants entering the community. "This has overwhelmed safety services and caused great concern for our community," he said. City Manager Brian Heck has also voiced concerns about the influx of illegal immigrants, telling Fox News, "It's taxing our infrastructure. It's taxing public safety. It's taxing our schools. It's taxing healthcare. It's taxing our housing. It's setting communities like Springfield up to fail, and we do not have the capacity to sustain it. And without additional federal assistance or support, communities like Springfield will fail," Heck added. Let me tell you guys where we're headed, man. Let me tell you guys where we're headed. If Kamala Harris wins, like I said before, there's not going to be anywhere for you to run. So what's going to happen when there's no longer anywhere for American citizens to go? Well, I can tell you what has happened in other countries and other nations. Tight-knit communities start to come together and they start to form things like militias, things like that. You get people who are standing guard at their neighborhood with weapons, with firearms, ready to protect their neighborhood, ready to protect their homes, their families. This is going to cause temperatures to flare. There's going to be certain events that happen where these militias that form will end up killing migrants. And you're going to get small-scale civil war all over this country. Now, I say civil war just because it's I don't have a better term to use. The reality is these people are invaders. They're not a part of this country. They deserve to be put back on a boat and shipped back to their country. They're not from here. They are not citizens here. This is our country. We have laws here. You do not get to just come in and take what is not yours. I don't know how else to have this conversation, man. Like I'm kind of speechless. Check out this. Check out this right here. This is from End Wokeness. Springfield is a small town in Ohio. 4 years ago, they had 60,000 residents. Under Harris and Biden, 20,000 Haitian immigrants were shipped to the town. Now, ducks and pets are disappearing. The illegal immigrants are eating ducks out of the local pond and capturing people's pets and eating them. Hey, but don't take it from my mouth. Let's read what some Springfield natives have to say. From Springfield, Ohio. "Warning to all about our beloved pets and those around us. My neighbor informed me that her daughter's friend had lost her cat. She checked pages, kennels, asked around, etc. One day she came home from work. As soon as she stepped out of her car, looked towards a neighbor's house where Haitians live, and saw her cat hanging from a branch, like you do a deer for butchering. And they were carving it up to eat. I've been told they are doing this to dogs. They have been doing it at Snyder Park with the ducks and geese, as I was told last bit by rangers and police. Please keep a close eye on these animals. And then, of course, you got this guy, Haitian illegal alien, just walking around with a geese. Just walking around, presumably going to butcher it and eat it. What do you want your cities to look like, ladies and gentlemen? What do you want your cities to look like? Do you want your cities to be full of prosperous American citizens who have jobs and are able to provide for their families and have good wages and good benefits and are able to, not just get by, but also to thrive? Or do you want your city to look like a cesspool of homeless illegal immigrants that are killing your cats and your dogs and your geese and eating them? And then, of course, throwing mattresses and trash on your front yard, squatting on your land and pretending like they own it. And then whenever you try to do something about it, they scream at you in a language that you have no idea what they're saying. Crime, murder, illegal immigrants without licenses swerving into oncoming traffic and hitting a school bus that kills your child? What do you want your cities to look like, ladies and gentlemen? What do you want it to look like? There's two paths here. There's two paths that you as an American citizen can take coming this November. Which one are you going to take? The one that says, oh, well, we let in 20 million illegal immigrants. Oh, but we'll surely fix it now. Or the side that says this should have never happened and would have never happened if Donald Trump was still in office. Which path? Which path are you going to take? It's up to you, man. It's up to you. Now, the most recent polling, or one of the most recent polls, let's be very clear about that, because I don't want to give you guys false hope, okay? From the post-millennial, Trump leads Kamala in the latest New York Times Siena poll, suggesting the euphoria has stalled. A recent New York Times Siena College poll found that Donald Trump holds a slight lead over Kamala Harris among likely voters in the upcoming general election, narrowly beating the vice president 48% to 47%. Now, I have shown in the past that when it comes to these popular vote polls, we should not care about these, man. We should not care about these polls because in reality, the general election, or excuse me, the popular vote is not how you win an election. You win by winning the states. And right now, I'm pulling up the Real Clear polling. This is the top battlegrounds. Right now, RCP average has Kamala Harris up 0.1 in the battleground states. Now, we've seen in the last two presidential elections in 2020 and in 2016, all of these polls way over favored Democrats. Like, for example, we take a look at Wisconsin right here. With the RCP average in Wisconsin has Kamala Harris up 1.5 points. Okay. In 2020, the RCP average, like the average of all the polls in Wisconsin, had Joe Biden winning the state of Wisconsin by 6.9 points. Okay, 6.9. And then on election day, he only won it by 0.9 points. He still won the state, but it was not even close to the amount that the RCP average had Joe Biden winning that state by. They were off by 6 points, ladies and gentlemen. So, here's what I want to say about this. You can take this and you can say, oh, well, the polls are all wrong. I guess Donald Trump's got it in the bag. Or you could do the smart thing. You could do the right thing. And you could double down and you could say, I don't care what these polls say. I don't care what the media says. I am going to go vote. whether it's on election day or whether it's early voting, whatever. I would encourage you to go early vote because let's be honest, election day is really the last day for you to vote. Go get it done. Just go vote. Go get it over with. Put your vote in and get it in as early as possible. Just to make sure that you've given yourself enough time. Because a lot of stuff can happen on an actual election day where you say, oh, well, this random thing has come up in my life now and I can't go vote. So don't wait. Don't wait. If you're going to go vote, then just do it. Go do it early. Get it over with so that you don't have to worry about it come election day. Look, man, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, man. Like just looking at what's happening in our country, looking at garbage like this, man. Look at this guy. Look at this. This is going to be all of our communities. This will be all of our cities. If we don't grow up and realize that this is not how we help people. This is not helping these Haitian people. We're not helping these people by bringing them here, throwing them out into the street. No. And we're definitely not helping the American people. The Biden and Harris administration has brought in 9 to 20 million illegal immigrants. These illegal immigrants come into our community. They steal our resources. They take it for themselves. And all the while, Kamala wants to sit there and say, oh, well, we'll get it right this time. Oh, we'll fix it this time. Oh, if you just elect me, as if I haven't been the vice president for 3.5 years with the ability to vote on these things in the Senate. Oh, I'll fix it. Just put me in office and I'll fix it this time. She's been in office. She has been this whole time, 3.5 years. For the entirety of this illegal immigrant crisis that's been going on over the last 3 years or so, since they got into office, it's been nothing but this. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I don't know I mean, look at Laken Riley. Laken Riley, American citizen. Just a young girl who wanted to fulfill her dreams, go to college, get a good job, and live the American dream. Nope. Can't do that. Why? Because an illegal immigrant that was brought into this country by the Biden and Harris administration beat her freaking brains in, man. Screw your dreams, right? Well, the Democrats, they love talking about the dreamers, these illegal immigrants who, they have dreams. What about our dreams? What about the dreams of our children? Of our people? What about their dreams? No, you're not allowed to have dreams. And if you dare to have a dream, an illegal immigrant will kill you. Now we're seeing the Venezuelan gangs taking over apartments in Colorado. And of course the media was like, oh, well, no, it's a lie. It's not happening. When the literal police chief of Aurora, Colorado had been talking about this a year before. A year before we saw all these videos come out, the police chief had already been talking about this. You can literally just go read the freaking news articles. This has been going on for a long time before we ever saw these videos coming out of Aurora, Colorado. I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. I'm at a loss for words that we as American citizens are just sitting here tolerating this. Just sitting here tolerating it. I don't get it, man. The fact that you can bring in all of these people who will deliberately steal. You know what? You know what? I was going to say that it will steal the future of your children away. I was going to say that, but I just realized Democrats don't have children. I just remembered that just came into my head. That I realized that Democrats don't have children. I mean, like, some do, sure, but on average, no, the average Democrat does not have children. The average Democrat will either abort their child, or the ones that they do have, they will chemically castrate them by trying to give them hormone disruptors and puberty blockers and things like that, which will chemically castrate them and remove their children from the gene pool. So, yeah, Democrats don't have children, and the ones that they do have don't have any kind of future. So, of course they don't care about the future of our children. Of course they don't care about the future of our country, because they have specifically removed themselves from the gene pool. They don't have any future in this country. Democrats don't have any future. They've removed themselves from the future. They don't have kids. They don't have they don't have children. Conservatives have kids. Democrats don't. They don't have any kind of future. I don't know, man. I genuinely don't. I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. I'm genuinely at a loss for words as to how we have allowed so much of this to happen. But hey, we got a choice. We got a choice coming in November. I'm going to leave it there. I'll have another video coming for you guys likely on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, and share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.